Halloween is almost here. The horror holiday is just around the corner, and what better way to enjoy it than to play a game that has all the elements of terror tale scary. All towns witch, trials demons, and those 17s with their shitty turn deals, which probably scares part of it all. That's right, Little Hope is finally here. For all four you wait, and Little Hope is the second in the trilogy of titles from Supermassive in the Dark Pictures anthology. Let's see if Little Hope holds any that it will better than Man and Maiden, which, let's be honest, is not like a Goblet of Fire level challenge in the first place. You can get Little Hope for $30 when it comes out of both Little Hope and Mana Maiden for 15s. Let's see if it's worth it. As always, if you like the video, maybe subscribe. In Little Hope you play as a group of 5 characters. So a story that weeks through 3 timelines, and that is current 1917s, also around there and all the way back during the Witch Deal days, as you try to cover what these characters in these time frames have to do with one another. First, the characters, that's the school teacher John, who is also another dude back in time and also a shorty dad who drinks a lot. There's Andrew, the youngest son, who is also the main character and some dude back in time. Then there is the oldest sister Tanya, Tyler, but I like to call her Backtaters, only because whatever she is wearing looks like 17th versions of an old restaurant run, and yeah, she pretty much plays sister. And then there's Daniel, a Dutcher in pretty much every timeline. Lastly, you get play as Angela, who is a mom, a possible witch, and always regardless of the time. A Stone Cold with the side profile of the number 7. Now the game proper starts out with a date tour and a best crush on a field trip, where the destination was apparently picked from the Ghost Hunters TV show and is never really explained other than apparently had to be one in the middle of nowhere, 2 had no people around, and 3 could only have been visited by people who love smoke machines. The game tells the story of the school's kids moving through and around the town of Little Hope after the crash, but soon they start to see a mysterious girl, as well as having flashbacks town's mysterious past when a witch infection got down deep into the town like an incredible trigger sensation, and each time you go back you see characters that look well like the ones you are playing now, and you can also affect both their lives as well as the current one as you try to piece the story together. Gameplay is pretty much bog standard for the kind of thing. Look around location and solve basic mystery puzzles, many times with flashing items that are found around the game world, and then during the action sequence do the ever-load questions. I do like the Sherlock Holmes 2 kind of camera flavoring that they have in their questions, and that design did a lot to up. Then action as you do in different battles or questions. A character will be sprinting away from an enemy and will flash and pan over to a different character as you take on their action and then bounce between them, sometimes even bounce between their 4. We are cool when you are not doing all that. You are urging and harging and discussing and yelling, whispering, talking, teasing and leading your group to safety, slowly facing more and more extraordinary circumstances. Your hope is get everyone out of it. Little Hope alive. How much hope is there? Yeah, just a little bit. The game does show more serious improvements from Mana Maiden in a couple spots, including quick time events and cameras. As you work so as a mystery, you find the secrets close as to what's happened, and the game tracks the dynamic of the relationship between each character, and then occasionally puts you in various situations where you need to save one or the other of the people, and then living through and aftermath of someone yelling of you for not helping them versus just being hacked. There all alive. The problems with Little Hope so start pretty much instantly. I love puzzles and challenges, but many of the connection and situation for like 19% of the game are so laden with seating yourself into the mystery one no one else is driving, that is fails to really get you invested. How do you solve a puzzle when you don't even know what the puzzle is or where it is or what it's supposed to be, or if it's even a puzzle at all? It's like throwing someone into a random desert and that's working for a house to free them, only to find out that really there was a cheeseboard ride where they teleported in and you just wanted a quick game in a warm place and that Sam is really so out there. Entire game and something that we saw amazing, but it seems almost dumbed. Here the issues with Little Hope is that it also is not really scary, or in a way really interesting. Somehow it still comes off better than that previous game, most likely because that one was really bad, it's based poorly, though with consistent flashbacks not being near as bothersome as the last home, walking around at 2 miles per hour every time you do. The game gives you this urgent requirement to fulfill, like get out of the forest or stay together pretty much anytime you're just moving or traveling. Thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel and press like